Now duck shooting's over, our focus returns to the hunt for the record book Rusa stag. So come along and see how we get on this one. Oh, morning. Looks like a nice day awaits us. Wind's died off. Pretty cold, not quite a frost. But after yesterday's efforts of a cold, miserable day, hopefully we might see some deer, more deer come out for a bit of sunlight. Maybe a big Rusa stag. That would be a bonus. That's what we're after. So come along and see if it's going to happen this time. Always taking layers off in the winter time to climb these hills. You can see pretty steep. The anticipation of what might be awaiting up there. It's that first hunt of the Rusa season, and you just can't wait to get up there and get the binos out and see what's about. Personally myself, I like to get there early before the sun rises and be on the spot, because quite often as soon as the sun hits those faces, out come the animals. Typically you're positioned on the cold side of the face, and today was no exception to that, with a brisk southerly coming through. Well, it was a slow morning to start off with, but it's come out pretty good. Seen a few hinds and yearlings, and yeah, a nice up and coming stag cruising through, following a couple of hinds around. That was nice to see. Could be a good one next year to watch for. But yeah, not quite a shooter yet. Still in like the 24-inch antler size mode, really. So we'll head back to base, have a feed, and plot an evening hunt. Maybe might be a bit of a bush hunt in order, I think. So yeah, we'll see you back at base. The animals feeding hour and movement hour or 2 hours had come and gone, so it's time to head for the hut, cook a feed and hatch a plan for the afternoon. Well, the plan was, at the bottom of this coffee, is to just head up bush and try and roar up a stag. Apparently there's been a couple herd roaring around here by the last crew that were in here, so yeah, I'm going to give it a nudge. It either works or it doesn't. They've got to come in, I guess, like other deer. Yeah, so we'll go and give it a nudge. Now it's time to engage the ultra ninja mode and hone in on the old bush stalking skills. There was a lot of fresh sign on the ground right from the get-go, so I was on ultra alert, especially as that fresh sign included quite a bit of stag sign. I'd picked up a stag roaring on the sunny face here, so decided to stay and wait for a bit and give him a couple of roars, see if he might come into me. I could hear him crashing around quite close, so it sounded like he might be coming in for a bit of a look-see. It's starting to look real exciting as you could still hear him moving around, so I sort of stepped back a bit and found some available cover to hide behind and just watched and waited and listened. Well, I had a slight bit of wind at my back of my neck just when he was coming in close there, and he took off in a hell of a hurry, never to be seen again. So it was carry on to the next spot. Carried on up the ridge, roaring into sun-filled gullies, seeing if I could get a prompt another reply, and looking into other little valley systems. It's super hard stalking in this country. If it's not extremely steep and noisy, it's actually a bit of both. There's a lot of rewa on the ground, leaves, and they are like super noisy cornflakes. I wasn't having much luck with the wind. It seemed to be on the back of my neck wherever I was facing. So yeah, that added to the challenge. Well, no dice this evening. Wind was pretty much on my back everywhere I went. So that did not help one bit. So I think it's time to head back to base for a bit of a feed, a kip, and see what happens in the morning. Yeah, morning, cracker morning, final morning. Going to go and look at a new spot. So yeah, come along, see how we get on. So I worked my way further up into this valley that I've been poking my nose into the last 2 seasons, hoping to find some more faces I'd found on the good old Google Earth. The weather had certainly turned it on the final morning. It couldn't have been better. no wind whatsoever and a nice frost on the ground. So it's back to the old sit and watch technique, wait for the sun to come up and have the eyes on the prize. Didn't take too long and I spied this good looking stag and a couple of his hinds. To a lot of you out there, you'd probably be shooting this stag in an instant. I understand you, for your first Rusa stag I would have damn well done the same, but in our case this one would need another year or two before he makes the record book status. Well, time had run out and we had a long way to travel home, so it was time to pack up and move on out. All in all, it had been a good trip for all of us. We'd all seen a few animals, including stags, but no one pulled the trigger or sent an arrow flying at any of them, because yeah, sometimes it's just good to watch and learn, and that's the way you get the big ones.